Hey y'all, this is my revised reading of my flash fiction piece, I Remember You. God don't like ugly. My mama always told me that when I played in the sun too long. Afterwards, her eyes was black crystal searching me for errors that was too dark. Her face was always sure, so when she spoke, no one knew if she was telling the truth or not. That made her almost always right. She looked almost white and her hair was so fine she didn't need a perm to straighten it back into place. She wore red everything because can't nobody tell you anything when you wear red things that make you look like old Hollywood. Sparkly and unreachable. From afar she was almost a white woman. Up close she was passing. The older I got, my desire to wear more red things grew. Of course, I was a little darker than Mama, but my hair was fine. A little too thick, too black, but I wanted worship and learn not to make things look too thick. So the hot comb cemented my curls to my scalp every night. I stayed out of the sun and forgot about heavenly things. My mama had crystals for eyes that found flaws, but I prayed for rubies that could remove the parts of someone that didn't fit my image. I never valued God's unwanted things until I met Ralph. His skin reminded me of the color blue. It was 2 shades darker than a tree's bark. A man could make a river smile. His hands were made for work and wanting, and when I looked at Ralph, I saw how shiny and glistening I was to him. Better than a popsicle in the heat. I loved the idea of his love for me. He slept most of the marriage with love and trust like good men do. But our hands never met in public places that mattered. Don't bring no nappy-headed babies here, my mama sang in my ears when my belly had become fat with the mixture of me and Ralph. She wouldn't belong if her children didn't. My firstborn, Jean, reminded her of my daddy, a high yellow man from New Orleans who always smiled like he had nothing to lose. Jean was the world's reminder he was shades removed from white ships and black cargo, putting the world at ease for their sins. Ain't nothing like forgiveness, and Jean was exoneration. But Lucille, my second child, was all Ralph and all my shame. She came out tiny, midnight fist balled, ready to fight. I held her as my mama held me, and I cried because her eyes held different versions of heaven I didn't want. She was a universe that exposed my private room decision to fade into a white crowd and never have the want to find myself again. There was nothing red or shiny or passing about her. There was no room in me for her. One night, I made Lucille disappear, and Ralph never looked at me the same. Thank you.